everyone, welcome to another exciting edition of Community Report on Channels Television. I'm Victoria Ido. Oh, today's show is really an interesting one, trust me. Well, I guess it's because we're talking about food, vendors and restaurants. Food is an important aspect of our lives without which we can't survive. That's why a lot of people are thriving with either making the food or selling it. I'm really excited because it's food we're talking about and, you know, I like food. You can't blame me anyway. Enjoy the show. It's been several weeks that the federal government eased the lockdown. And of course, life seemed to be going back to normal. Business activities appear to be picking up, but very slowly. The federal government has over the past weeks eased the lockdown, reducing restrictions gradually. According to the president's new media aide, Tolu Ogunlese, the following will apply. The nationwide curfew remains in place, timing now from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Full opening of financial sector. Restricted opening of places of worship. Interstate travels remain prohibited except for goods and essential travel. Gathering of more than 20 persons remain prohibited outside workplaces and religious services. The aviation industry has been requested to start developing protocols for domestic flights to possibly resume from June 21st. Schools are still to remain closed. Bars, gyms, cinemas, nightclubs, parks remain closed until further evaluation. Hotels may reopen. Offices are expected to maintain a 2-meter physical distancing plus 75% maximum capacity. All permitted openings are hotel religious services to maintain non-pharmaceutical intervention. Restaurants outside hotels remain closed for eating, but takeout only is accepted. Talking about restaurants, we visited a few around town, starting out from Obalende in Lagos Island area of Lagos State. Our first stop was at Yerba restaurant, as it is popularly called. Located in Lagos Island, the restaurant was started by Mama Fausat Abike Adebayo over 40 years ago. Today, it is run and managed by her children.
The Yerba restaurant has been in existence for more than 40 years now. And she has been doing so well in this business.
Usually, customers troop in regularly to buy breakfast or lunch, sometimes a drive-by just after close of work for some dinner. During the lockdown, business activities was on hold, but then some charity work could be done.
The pandemic is a very serious one because during the lockdown, we were unable to do anything. We didn't do anything because our food is not, though we serve the neighborhood, but all our customers are not from our area here, the banks, the private organizations, and the individual. Most of them are not around here. So they come to the office to take our food. They come to the office, is when they come to the office that they eat. But when they are not around, there's nothing we can do. Except the government neighborhood feeding. Because the government, Governor Sanwo-Olu, asks us to feed the neighborhood, the boys around that were saying they're hungry, so they asked us to feed them. So we do that for like 10 days before we stop.
The food point used to be way back to allow customers have time and space to sit, relax and enjoy their meal. Now with the regulations and restrictions in place as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, they have moved the food point to the center of the restaurant.
Anybody that are eating, we don't allow more than 5 to 10 customers inside at a go. Then they have to use their face masks. So, and even our staff too, we make sure that they use their face masks before they talk to any customers.
Now customers just taking a few steps, bowl in hand, order their desired meal, minimal contact. A washing basin outside, a hand sanitizer by the entrance, which no one seemed to notice.
We have a wash hand basin outside. Then we have a hand sanitizer. We've given all of them face masks. If you are not using it, you are not supposed to interact with any customers. And our social gathering, we've cancelled that for now.
While for some they come in without a bowl, the restaurant is well prepared. The beauty, they say, of buying food at joints like this is the ability to look over what you're buying and pick from what you want, like what this young man is doing. And then the exchange of cash for a beautiful meal, and off he goes. Today, customers are a bit low, so they wait. As a business that deal in food, which is essential service, certain precautions have been taken.
We have taken a lot of measures. The government said that no social gathering. Usually before, our customers in the evenings, those that are going to stay behind because of the traffic, they stay till 10, 11 o'clock. But like now, there's nothing like that. You can't do that. And you can see the food is takeaway we do most. A lot of people do the takeaway. So, and anybody that are eating, we don't allow more than 5 to 10 customers inside at a go. Then they have to use their face masks. So, and even our staff too, we make sure that they use their face masks before they talk to any customers.
We proceed to McCarthy Street, still in Obalinde, to Ghana High Restaurant. When you hear the name Ghana High, you will presume that the place is owned by Ghanaians. But no, it is called Ghana High because it is situated in close proximity to the Ghanaian High Commission. The real owners are from Togo. As we arrive, we see food being dished into bowls and packed properly. Business looks good. We try to inquire from the customer what the food is for, but he declines our request. Some people believe that restaurants, or buka as they are popularly called, are for the very comfortable. This plate alone costs 550 naira. And here again, food is dished in transparent plastic bowls, complying with the rules of engagement from the state government. Daniel Hanvis works here as the manager. The restaurant is owned by his grandmother.
Ghana High has been in existence for I think more than 30 years now. So we are known for our jollof rice and our white rice and ewa going. That's the outgoing beans. That's what people know us for. This place is owned by my grandmother. She's late. She died like 5 years ago. So I've been working here for a while now. I've been working here for like 8 years now. So, and business has been very good.
Without any formal training, Daniel learned from the wealth of experience passed down to him by the staff.
I decided to work here because when I finished my secondary school, I had always been sitting at home because my parents aren't really rich. They are neither rich nor poor, but they are very okay. I thank God. So my auntie just called me one Saturday and said, okay, please, Daniel, there's a job somewhere. Can you come and do this? Then I said, okay, let me give it a try. So for like 8 years, I started somewhere, and I know I'm going somewhere. It's when you come here, the people in the kitchen are going to teach you so many things. If you're going to be in the kitchen, you learn from those that are there. If you're here inside the restaurant, you learn from people that are here. So as time goes on, you catch up with those that are here.
And with the COVID-19 pandemic, even the high restaurants are greatly affected.
When COVID-19 was fresh, we stopped selling for a while. Then we started doing deliveries. We started reaching out to our customers. Yeah, but still, it wasn't like when customers would come here and eat and do takeaway, because we are known for that, coming here, eating and doing takeaway. So COVID-19 really affected our business very, very well. It affected me so well too. I had to spend a lot out of my savings and all.
And these are some of the measures that they have put in place.
We have been trying as best as we can to follow the measures given to us by the government. Before you come inside, you have to wash your hands. They'll give you a sanitizer. Not everybody will want to wash their hands. They'll be like, is the water clean and all? People of this world are very, very selective, not just Nigerians. So some wash their hands, some would use the sanitizer. And if you have about 3 to 4 customers, whoever person that is going to come that wants to eat will just have to do takeaway. Because there are some officials that comes here, even we don't know them. They will just come here and check and act like customers and then go.
But then some customers may try to prove stubborn.
There are some customers that when you tell them, when they come in to buy food or to get what they want, some don't wear face masks to come inside. So we have to plead with them to go outside and wear it. If you know you want to buy food from us, if you can't wear it, you stay outside. Whatever it is you want, I would buy it and bring it outside for you. So as we won't be found faulty in any of these things the government has asked us to do or follow.
We hang around for a few hours to catch some customers who come in, but it appears business is really slow. So while we wait, we feed our eyes and not our mouths with the array of food. We also see freshly cooked jollof rice. Oh my, I'm working so I can have some. It's mid-morning, customers begin to arrive one after the other, with several plastic bowls to pick from. Some take a few bowls to order not just for their stomach alone, while others pick one bowl for their stomach only. And off they go, as the available chairs are not meant to be used by customers. It may not look like the classiest place, but apparently this restaurant has lots of highbrow customers, judging from the number of cars packed outside. We move quickly to our next location in Lekki Phase 1, Just Athang. Just Athang is owned by comedian Wofai Fada. We wait a bit for her arrival. She says she's on a movie set. Combining acting and running a restaurant, I make a mental note to ask her that.
Actor for bookings.
While we wait, I enjoy the serenity of the sea.
Oh my God, it's massive.
We go around the facility to see if customers are lurking somewhere, but the story is no different from the other places we have been. Finally, she arrives and straight to business. She tells us how she started, but first, she removes her mask to allow for easy conversation.
This is suffocating.
And of course, we're socially distant.
I started Just Afang in 2018. Yeah. I can't even remember the year, but I know it's been 2 years. Maybe 2019. I started with online orders, cooking from home, delivering it to people, and I named it Just Afang because it was Just Afang I wanted to be cooking. And because of my busy schedule as an actor, I just said I was going to, pay attention to just that soup so that I won't get choked up with the work. So that was how it started.
So yeah, ask her how she's able to manage her acting career with managing a restaurant.
When I started with the restaurant, I paused on every other thing. I stopped acting. I paused on everything because I know how much I've invested in this place. And I'm like, if my attention is divided, one thing will suffer. It's either this place suffers or my acting career. So I had to take a break of shooting and every other thing. So I focused my energy on this place, and that means I'm always in the kitchen. I'm always here to make sure things go right, and that's how I was able to build up the place. Then it got to a point where I knew, okay, if I don't come here a whole day, everything is still okay. That's why I was able to now go back into acting.
According to her, the growth of a restaurant can equally be attributed to the clout she has already gathered on social media.
What really helped me was because I already have a fan base and people believe in me and whatever I do. And then apart from that, I made sure the fame wasn't what was selling the food. The meal is good. So that's why I keep focusing my energy and attention on the food in particular.
But before the pandemic hit, there used to be a constant flow of people here. But at the point when COVID hit, a lot changed.
This place was locked up for about 2 months when the thing started, because when the business was picking up, we used to have crowd, people coming in, eating, taking pictures. So I thought, let's just shut down, so we'll be on the safe side for even our customers. So we had to take a break from cooking. So all my staff, everybody went away until the government said, okay, food vendors can open. And even till now, people are still not allowed to come and eat. You can just come, pick up your meal, especially when you've called ahead of time, so you don't come and wait for too long. So it's been so dry and boring. So when I come here, I just sit down, look at the water, and probably go home sometimes. It's traumatizing, knowing that at the end of the year, you still need to pay your bills, you still need to pay your rent. So when that time comes, I am my landlord. We'll sort it out. We'll talk one-on-one.
Now that lives seem to be gradually going back to normal, it will be right to ask how business activity has picked up.
I can't even compare to now because there's nobody here right now. Nobody's coming. What is actually saving us is because we have dispatch riders. People just stay home and order food and we deliver. So I can't even compare. There's no comparison. There's nobody coming here. Did you see anybody here? This thing has really messed the businesses up. And then sometimes I just drive around to look at other restaurants and it's the same thing. And I really feel bad.
And she says doing business online has its peculiarities.
The audience online are limited, or they are limiting. What even helped me, even with the whole COVID-19 thing, was because I started online. So people already knew us, But here, people come here, if they want to buy one plate of food, sometimes they can buy beer. That's extra money for the company. But if it's online, you just send food and that's it. And then if you come here, sometimes people just chill here. When you enjoy the food, you call your friend, okay, I'm here, oh, come join me. Before you know, the table is filled. So this place also has its advantage. Online is very restrictive. So we can't wait for people to just start flooding in again.
So when we have new orders.
Before the end of the day, we meet with Okwe. Okwe Anikpole does not have a restaurant, but she makes ofada stew and sells it online.
Next time I'll put dodo. All right, see my yamase stew. Very green.
When COVID-19 pandemic hit Nigeria, a lot of businesses closed shop. Okwe can't say the same.
Because during this pandemic was when we saw that we could not do it by ourselves anymore. So for me, it was an expansion. We engaged the delivery service. We sold more bowls of ofada, and we branched out into another line. We started doing it's called, in the olden days it's called tinko, but tinko used to be known as horse meat or dried cow meat. In this case, we season, we fry, we stew, and pack in a bowl. So guys could have it with beer, or you could have it with your noodles. You could eat it with anything at all. It's just ready-made beef in a bowl. And that one sold we started with 10 bowls. Now we do about 70 per time. Yeah, it was a jump, And we saw that people really, really wanted it, And we now had a second line of business. And the first line was now a bigger line, for lack of a better word. So we like cooking. We would normally give it out for free or help you cook. Then we said, okay, let's make money out of it. And we have.
Working out from her kitchen in partnership with her mother-in-law, they have tried to split responsibility to make the job easier.
God give us life, we'll do it together, because we've decided to split responsibilities. So she concentrates more on the cooking. I do the testing to see how peppery, because I'm the one that talks to the customers. So some customers say, oh, Okwe is too peppery, or Okwe is too, the meat is a bit too big, cut too big, or we want only beef. Or, people always want something else from what you are currently doing. So we listen and I take feedback. So when we cook, I'm the tester. So I test, I check quality control, check and see even the bowl purchasing, I check that too. The sticker designs, I'm the one that does everything around making the ofada look presentable is my primary responsibility. She now makes sure that the ofada tastes nice. We check it, we see that the onion, everything is in place. So it's a marriage we can't break.
The process of making each stew takes a few days to be ready.
It takes us approximately a week to come up with what we have. So we start with going to buy the cow. We'll have sensitized that. We have a butcher, a standing butcher that comes to cut the meat for us. So we buy the cow. Let's say it starts on a Monday. We buy the cow on Monday. On Tuesday, we would hit now 12, buy the pepper. Wednesday, at the beginning, we were bleaching, because for father sauce, you bleach the oil. We were bleaching the oil at when we want to cook. But we saw that because of the quantity we're now cooking, we had to bleach the oil the day before. So we spend the one day bleaching kegs of oil, because there's a lot of pepper we're going to cook. So we bleach, and then the final day of cooking, we cook. We put all the meat, we boil meat, we fry, because we have to fry the meat in the palm oil, just so that everything is still inside the sauce. So we cook. It takes us about 4 hours to get the ofada from pepper to ofada sauce. Then we start packing.
And the joy that comes with a satisfied customer is very fulfilling.
It's fulfilling when I see comments or people send me messages and say, oh, the ofada saved the day. I couldn't cook, I was tired. I just brought out the ofada sauce and we had rice or whatever with it, And sometimes it tires me, but we keep going.
With a day job and the sale of ofada as a side hustle, management can depend largely on planning.
I've learned to, share the work. Yeah. I have an assistant, a very efficient assistant. I'm not sure if I'm permitted to mention her name here, but she's a wonderful assistant. She's been able to allow me to work and run the business at the same time. So what I do is I plan when my children are asleep. I do a lot of planning. So I'll spend about a full hour or two responding to messages, getting whoever wants an order. I have a book. It's a small book that I can never lose.
because I'm writing down all the time, you know, and it helps because you won't forget. You can't assume that all the messages you get on your WhatsApp, you'll be able to remember all the people that have ordered. I've forgotten once too, in my whole time selling Ofada, and I compensated for it. But most times, immediately an order comes in, I write down, we package.
The number of infected patients have continued to rise over the last few months. The lockdown has been lifted, albeit with some restrictions. Restaurants and food vendors need to constantly pay attention to the regulations and restrictions stipulated by the government to avoid the spread of the virus. Okay, so that's it on the show today. I saw, the cow skin, we call it pomo, and the rice, and it was, but unfortunately I couldn't eat any of those things on display. That's our stop for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed any parts of the show, you can check it on our YouTube channel. You can also send your comments to the social media handles showing on your screen. I'm Victoria Ido. Till I see you next week, stay safe and eat well. Bye for now.